Hello friends, this is Jim from Stardust Services. I hope you're doing well. You know, Saturn is back in Pisces again, and Saturn comes through this sector of the sky once every 30 years. The last time Saturn went through Pisces was the mid-90s, and before that the mid-60s, and before that the mid-30s. So if you want to just look at world events on the global stage, you can kind of get a flavor of what happens as Saturn transits this area of the sky. But Pisces is an oceanic sign. It's the sign of dreams, it's the sign of inspiration, it's the sign of liberation from suffering, it's the soul's cumulative journey of conscious evolution and getting free of all the things that keep us bound up in illusions, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And Neptune's lower octave is illusions and confusion and intoxication and escapism and playing the victim. But the higher octave of Neptune is, again, spiritual realization, high states of meditative awareness. So there's always two sides of everything, right? And when you boil everything down, there's only two paths in life. One path leads to health, happiness, peace, prosperity, light, love, truth, liberation from suffering. And the other path leads to frustration, bondage, confrontation, conflict, destruction, illusions, darkness. So at every moment of our lives, we have free will. We can't change what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's coming. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We can't control what happens. We're like spirit souls inside these bodies looking out through these little eyes, and we're perceiving material energies through our five senses, and we're like in a theater watching a movie. And depending on your own past history, you react to certain things differently than other people. Your reactions to the same thing happening are completely different. I had a psychology class once in college, and as part of the class, the professor had someone come into the class and do something outrageous and go right back out of the class. And then he says, "Stop, everybody freeze, don't say anything, don't look around." We had our pen and paper out. He goes, "I want everyone to write down what they think they just saw." And believe it or not, everybody basically had a different interpretation of what they witnessed. Only one person came into that class and did one thing and went right back out. And then the professor asked us, "Write down what you think you just witnessed." Everyone had a different reaction. I mean, a few of us had the same basic thing on what we thought we saw, but everybody had a different take on the same phenomenon, right? So here, this is proof that, I mean, you can be sitting in a theater watching a movie with a friend and be loving a certain scene, and the friend could be so disturbed they have to get up and walk out into the lobby and just leave for a few minutes. They can't stay there. Why? It's the same scene. It's because we are projecting our reality onto the material energy around us in this world, and we're perceiving it differently because our senses are all calibrated differently. This is why Pisces is the sign of creative imagination. This is why Pisces rules things like photography and motion pictures and CGI graphics and computer digital graphics work, because it's all an illusion. I remember watching James Cameron being interviewed after he made Titanic, and everyone was raving about what a great movie it was, and it was great. I saw it twice. He said, "I didn't actually have to sink the Titanic, I just had to make it look like the Titanic sank." Well, yeah, of course. But the point is, Neptune is the planet that if we're not being clear with ourselves, we can be very easily illusioned. And all spirit souls, when we take birth in this material world, we come here with four impediments. We have imperfect senses, we make mistakes, we cheat, and we can be very easily illusioned by things. That's why we love going to Las Vegas to see magic shows with like David Copperfield or Blaine or whatever that other magician's name is. We love to be illusioned. We love to be like deceived and, illusionists, right? So that's why Pisces rules like motion pictures and photography and all the CGI stuff, because it's all an illusion. It's all made by computer software to make it look like these things are happening, but it's actually not happening. The actors are acting in front of a green screen on a soundstage. But when we watch the movie, it looks like, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is actually doing something amazing and with some incredible background, like a big tidal wave coming or something. So anyway, Saturn going through Pisces is a great time for us, in our own way, however that shows up for you, to get clear on how we're being illusioned by life and how to get real with ourselves, because we're the only ones we can help. People may give us great advice. They may be great mentors and life coaches and astrologers and whatever, counselors and therapists and attorneys. They can all give great advice. But in the end, we have to take that and run with it and put it to work. And in the Sanskrit language, there's two words, gyan and vigyan. Gyan means knowledge, and vigyan means the practical application of knowledge. And with Saturn is the planet of being realistic. Saturn brings structure and form and containment and discipline to situations. Saturn brings order to chaos. So use the energy of Saturn to organize your life for self-care, for downtime, for quiet time, for proper rest, so that you can bring your best self to every day. So I hope you're doing well, and as always, I'm wishing everyone the best, and I'll talk to you later.